Hey there, BookTube! Me again.
She's got the curls, pearls, and other worlds. She's making videos for all you boys and girls.
So it's been a while. I've come to accept now that I'm not going to be able to participate in this whole community as much as I would like. I'm working 2 jobs at the moment, and it's very rare that I get a day off. And so I have to choose on that day off between filming and editing a video all day or doing life things. And while I'd like to be able to film and edit a video, the life things are usually pretty important. So that's why you haven't seen me around for a while. But I wanted to let everyone know that I'm still here. I still want to be here. And I also wanted to say thanks to all the people who keep subscribing to me and keep staying subscribed. A few weeks ago, I almost deleted this channel, which I know, oh god, that would have been a bad decision. And just because I felt so guilty over not being able to upload regularly and watch everyone else's videos and participate and just, ugh, all this stuff. And I looked at the subscriber count, and somehow it keeps going up, and I don't know how or why. And, you know, I was kind of looking through all of you guys' comments on all my past videos and saying how kind and lovely you all are, and that made me decide to stay. And so, hi, here I am again. I don't know when you're gonna see me next, but let's do a book haul. So these are going to be all of the books that I've bought most recently over the past couple months. I feel like I've gotten some really amazing, like I've been so lucky in my reading lately. The past few weeks I have read some of the best books, like, oh my goodness. And I don't know, I was in a reading slump for a really long time, and lately, because at my job I'm fortunate enough that, you know, I can read a lot. I work at a yogurt store, in case you were wondering. It's not like some big secret, ooh, I work for the CIA and I'm reading. No, I just, you know, work at a yogurt store, and so I can read a lot. And so I have been, and oh, I've been reading some really great books. And we will get to those later, because most of the books I've been reading lately are YA, and so they're in a pile over there. And what we're going to start with is general fiction. So let's get to it. I found this in the little secondhand bookstore here in town, and it's just the name and the cover just really jumped out at me, and I haven't read it yet, but I mean, I've started it, and but I haven't finished it, and it's very interesting. And the title is The Unexpected Salami, and it is by Lauren Gwen Shapiro. And I guess it was written in like the late 90s, and I'd never heard of this book, but oh my god, what a title. Congratulations, Lori, for having such a great title for your book. The next book that I've got here is an Agatha Christie book, and it is Murder on the Orient Express. And okay, I'm not gonna lie, I had never heard of Agatha Christie somehow until like a couple of years ago when I was watching Doctor Who, and I was watching The Hornet and the Unicorn, I think is what it's called, The Unicorn and the Wasp, something, I don't know. And Agatha Christie was the character in the episode, and I found out recently that she's a real person who wrote lots of murder mysteries. And shame on me for not, I know, it's horrible, right? Like, everyone knows who Agatha Christie is, and somehow I'd never even, she's the queen of mystery. It says it right here. And so, Murder on the Orient Express. I love this cover, by the way, it's very pretty. The next book I've got here is Orphan Train by Christina Baker Klein. And I've heard a lot about this book. I've seen this book everywhere. And I had the opportunity to pick it up for like half price or something like that, so I picked it up. And the next book that I've got here is the Corrections by Jonathan Franzen. And I've also seen, everywhere I go I see this book. Like, I don't think I've heard anyone talk about it, but like, everywhere I go, this book is there. It sounds really good. It's about like the 1960s, like Midwest or something like that, just like normal messed up families. The last two books I've got here are Shanghai Girls by Lisa C. and Clover by Dory Saunders. I want to talk a little bit about Clover. The day that I bought this book, I met the author at her peach stand in Clover, South Carolina, and this woman is so, oh my god, I've never met a character like her in my life. She is just outrageous. And she has met everyone from like Bill Gates to Stephen King, and she's very happy when she's name dropping. And I mean, she's usually wearing an old torn up shirt and faded blue jeans, and she's happiest when it's summer and the peaches are ripe. And she's just such an amazing, fun woman. And I've gotten a chance to sit with her and talk a few times and about writing and reading and peaches, and I feel very lucky and very blessed to know her. And she signed my copy of Clover, and it says, "For Sam, please write your own stories, Dory Saunders." And that's pretty freaking cool. Like, so yeah, there's that. Okay, now it's time for part 2 of this haul, and we have now moved on to classics. So first in the way of classics, I picked up 2 John Steinbeck books. And first we've got this pretty little penguin edition of Mice and Men, and I've also got The Pearl. And I love the color scheme on this book, the black and white and aqua. And yeah, so I've gotten started on Of Mice and Men, and I haven't started The Pearl yet. Next, I've got Call of the Wild by Jack London. This was very highly recommended to me by one of my coworkers who is a big Jack London fan. I'm very lucky to work with someone who reads a lot, so we get to have like lots of bookish discussions and things like that. So looking forward to reading this. I haven't read any Jack London. I know, oh, gasp. Perhaps one of the books that I'm most excited about to find, because I have looked for this book everywhere at the recommendation of the Book Moo. The Color Purple by Alice Walker. And I found this at a Habitat for Humanity, I think, and got it for like $1.25. And oh my goodness, you don't know how excited I am to own this book now. I've been looking for so long. And then I've got One Flew Over the Cuckoo Nest by Ken Casey, and it's a book that I've wanted to read for a really long time. Yeah, I haven't seen the movie either, so I'm looking forward to watching the movie after I read this. Now for the 2 books that I think I may be the most excited about. They are classics, and they are beautiful, and prepare yourself for The Scarlet Letter. Oh my goodness. Look at the red pages. Look at them. Look at them. Look at the back. Look at the spine. Oh my god. How beautiful. You know that I have a thing for red and black and white books anyway, with my color scheme going up here. And it's just, there's nothing that I don't love about this book. I own this. This is a thing that I own, and it's beautiful. Lastly, in the classics department, I'm excited about this one too. I bought this last night. Emma by Jane Austen, and it is a Penguin Threads edition. You guys, look how, oh my goodness, no, that's worse. I don't think that you can tell how beautiful this book it is, and it's like embossed, so it actually feels like a needle print, and it's just, but you haven't seen the best part. Look at the inside. It looks like the back of a needle print. Like, oh my goodness, you guys, this book, and then look at the back, and it's got, and then it does it on the back too. Like, oh my goodness. This book is the best thing. And then this morning I made a bookmark to go with it, and it looks like little like cross-stitched oval things. I don't sew. I'm sorry, you guys, needles scare me, so I don't know what all of this is called, but it goes together so cute. And look, I found a little tassel for it, and and like I laminated it and everything. Like, this is the real deal, y'all. But like, oh my goodness, you guys, it's so pretty. Alright, and now we have moved on to the third part of this book haul, which is contemporary. And firstly, I bought this book a while ago. I picked it up from like maybe a flea market or something like that. I don't know. And I just saw the title, which was Geek Love, and I thought, that sounds right up my alley. I'm gonna buy that, because who doesn't want to be in Geek Love? And I got home. I know I'm a horrible person for buying a book without even reading the synopsis. And it turns out that it is about a family of like freaks, like entertainers. Like, I think they call themselves freaks and geeks, maybe. And it's supposedly very dark and very depressing. And so I'm waiting for, it sounds very interesting, don't get me wrong, but I'm waiting for like maybe a different time period in my life to read this. Next, I have Wonder by R.J. Plecchio. Plecchio, yep, if that's how you say the last name. I loved this book so much. I read it in like a day, and it's like a middle grade book, so it's very easy to just, you know, breeze through. And I just, oh my goodness, I have so much love for this book. I work with kids like Augie, like pretty much on the weekly, and I just feel like it did such a good job of capturing the way these kids feel, the way parents feel, the way siblings feel. Oh my goodness. I have so much love for this book. It's so good. Read it. Read Wonder. It won't take you long, and it's going to like enrich your life. Alright, next I have Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. So I am just going to tell you that all you have to do is look at how many awards this book has won to know how, like, oh, how good it is. I'm sure you guys have heard everybody and their brother rant about this book, but, so I'm not gonna go on like a huge rant, but I will just tell you to read it, and it is very good and lovely, and, oh god, it's just, oh, this book, let me tell you. Next, I have I Am the Messenger by Marcus Zusak. It's a book that I've wanted to read for a really long time, because I read The Book Thief like years ago. And, oh, okay, if you have not read this book, stop watching the video, and, no, don't stop watching, that was a joke, just stay here, watch the video, and then go buy this book immediately, because this book is so mind-blowing, and the plot is so amazing, and even minor characters are so well developed, and it's so, like, oh my goodness. I don't want to like spoil anything for you, and I feel like if I give you a synopsis of this book that I will, because I'm horrible at that, but oh, just do yourself a favor and buy this book, because it's so amazing. Lastly, in the YA department, I have We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I finished this book like the day before yesterday. I also bought this book like the day before yesterday. I literally, it's not that long. It's only like 200 pages, but I literally read this book in about 3 hours. Like, holy smokes. I haven't had time to like gather my thoughts on it yet because of how like mind-blowing it was. It's almost like trippy. Like the whole, it's almost like a dream. Like reading this book, it's almost like reading a dream. I don't know how else to explain it. It's so just amazing. The language in this book is so gorgeous, and it draws you in from the first sentence, and it takes your breath away, and it's like you continue holding your breath the whole time that you're reading it. And it tore me apart emotionally, and I haven't really put myself back together yet. Maybe that's why I can't form a coherent sentence about anything. But like, oh my goodness, this book was so beautiful. Well, that was the book haul. Thank you for sticking around. I know that was probably very long. Thank you for sticking around to the end. Thank you for sticking around with me, period. I'm going to leave the link to my Instagram in the doobly-doo. So if you have any interest in keeping up with what I'm reading, I always put what I'm reading on there. So if you like books and animals, go follow my Instagram, and I will follow you back. And we can see what each other's reading, and we can keep up with each other on there, and it'll be great. It'll be great. So go and do that if you feel like it. Don't if you don't. And I will see you probably in like 3 years or something. So catch you later, BookTube. I haven't read it yet, but I mean, who doesn't love Trains and Orphans, right? Oh god, that's horrible. That's a horrible joke.